Chapter 47. The narration of the story as told by Sri Sai. The remaining story of the previous chapter is elucidated ahead by Hemant Pant. Baba further started narrating the story of two goats. Out of those two brothers, the elder one was very lazy, the younger one would do business day and night. He accumulated a lot of wealth. To see this, the elder brother was filled with envy. If the throne of the younger brother would be removed, then he would have not lack money. Nursing these thoughts, the elder brother was blinded by the greed of money. Soon, enmity arose between the two brothers. Their lifespan was ended, forgetting their brotherly love. They attacked each other with a weapon, and both of them died after some time. They were then born in the form of goats. They to undergo the effects of their past action, they were reborn as goats. I recall their previous birth, so spending money from my own pocket, I thought of giving them refuge. But you became the instrument by which their past actions stood in the way. I felt compassion towards the goats, but because of your insistence, I agreed finally to return them to the herdsman. Hemant Pant narrates one more story similar to the story of the past life of these two goats. The story explains the fact that how the intense greed for money leads to a person's downfall. Birth verily takes place in accordance with one's thoughts. Thus, meaning of Shruti is known to everyone. One acquires birth in accordance with one's merits. Consider him to be wise who before death, in order to achieve self-realization fully, utilizes the human birth. I am the body. This feeling is erased and the 8 sattvic emotions are aroused. He who is great Messiah, in spite of immense wealth, his life is in vain. Till death, he will experience a wasted life. Hemant Pant narrates a story elucidating this experience told by Baba himself. One day in the morning around 8 a.m., Sai set out for a walk. Feeling tired from the walk, Baba reached a river bank. Having bathed in the bed of the river, Baba was pleased. There was overflowing water. Gazing at the thick grove of trees, he sat under the shade of a tree. To fill his chillum and for the purpose of the moisten the chapi, Sai went near the water. There he heard the croaking of a frog. After moistening the chapi, Sai came back. A wayfarer came and after bowing to Sai, sat near him respectfully. He said to Baba, "The masjid is far from here. Rest for a while in my house, eat bakri, then when the sun goes down a little, go back comfortably." At that time, the frog began to croak loudly and piteously. Then Baba said to him, "A frog has got into a great difficulty at the river bank. The frog's past action are behind him. We have to reap what we sow in our past life. One should endure one's destiny calmly. Why to cry now?" The wayfarer wished to go to the river's bank and see it. Baba told him, "Go, see and return. A frog has been caught in the mouth of a big snake and is crying loudly. Both are very wicked, and the deeds of both are very wicked, and the deeds of both of them have been dreadful. They committed terrible sins in their past lives. To suffer their action, they have got this." The wayfarer went to the river's bank and returned after saying it. He saw whatever Baba had explained earlier. The wayfarmer said, "The frog has an existence for a short while. What a strange fate. Soon that frog will no longer exist." Then Baba said, "What will that snake do to the frog? I am his father here. Have I left my own adobe and come here to permit the frog to be eaten? Watch how I get it released. Fill the chillum once more. Then let's see what the snake does." The wayfarer immediately filled the chillum and reached that spot with Baba. There, pointing at snake and the frog, Baba started telling, "Ho Veera Bhadrappa, still your enemy is Basappa, though he has born as a frog, then also he has not repented. You too, though you are born as a snake, still maintain bitter and mortal enmity. At least now be ashamed. Give up on your enmity. Remain at peace." No sooner that the words were uttered by Baba, the snake left the frog and fell quickly, entering deep into the waters, and then disappeared from there. Escaping from the jaws of death, the frog, with a rebounding jump, went and hid into the thicket. The wayfarer was filled with surprise. He requested Baba to tell him the detailed story of both of them. Sitting under the tree, Baba started telling the story of the past life of the frog. There is a holy, ancient, and glorious temple of Shiva some 2 or 3 kos away from where I live. Everyone thought about its renovation. A rich local man was appointed as manager, and the whole collected amount was handed over to him. He had to keep the separate account and enter into the cash contribution that were collected with sincerity. But he was a great messiah by nature. He did the works in such a way that he had to bear no loss. Therefore, the work could not be completed. It was only half done. The rich man merely spoke sweet words. Thereafter, the people who had contributed the fund gathered at his home. They said, "Ho Seji, if you do not financially support the renovation of the Shiva temple, how will the work be completed?" Appealing to the people, we will collect more contribution and send it to you, but complete the work of renovation. Further, more money was collected. After some time, when the Lord desired, the rich man's wife had a dream vision. "At least you should wake up, get up, build the dome for the temple. Nilkanta will give you 100 times the amount you spent." The next day, she told her husband about the dream, who thought only of amazing money day and night. He said to his wife, "I do not believe in this vision. If God intended that the money should be spent, was I far away from you? Why did he appear in your dream? Is it either a bad dream or it is an effort of God's part to create a rift between husband and wife?" The work of renovation of Shiva temple depended on the money collected. The miser rich man did not spend even a single penny from his own pocket. His wife had further vision. "Do not press your husband to give money for the temple. Your devotion is sufficient to God. You give whatever you wish. Even 1 paise given with feeling and devotion of your own money is of much worth. To give without devotion is improper." According to the vision, she decided to sell the jewelry given by her father and conveyed the same to her husband. The woman's husband had a plan. He himself bought her ornaments for the estimate value of rupees 1000. The money he gave to his wife, a barren piece of land that was mortgaged to him. The destitute woman had mortgaged her land to the rich man. There was a poor Brahmin who regularly worshipped the Lord. He was very contented that the land had been offered to God. After some time, a wonder took place. During Kritika Nakshatra, because of the heavy rainstorm, the lightning struck and the building was razed to the ground. Only the land was left without a calamity. The rich man was also attacked and died with his wife. The poor lady, Dubaki, whose land was mortgaged to the temple, also met her death. The rich man was reborn in Mathura in a Brahmin family, and his devoted wife was reborn in a family of a pujari. In a past life, her name was Gauri. That destitute poor woman was also born in Shankar's Guruva's house. She took birth of a man whose name was Channabasappa. In this way, all three were reborn according to their karmas. The rich man's name in his rebirth was Veerabhadra. The priest of the Shiva temple was greatly loved by Baba. He regularly came to Baba and used to smoke chillam with him. He used to bring his daughter Gauri along. Later, the marriage of Gauri was fixed. "Your daughter is very fortunate. In a short time, your son-in-law will come to your home and fulfill your wish." Thus Baba said. On the other hand, Veerabhadra, by good fortune, came to the priest's house. The priest grew fond of him, and consulting Veerabhadra's horoscope, the Gana, Gotra, Nadi, and Yoga were matched. He thought of giving Gauri in marriage to Veerabhadra. He asked Baba, and Baba immediately gave his consent. Both of them got married. Later, Veerabhadra became a devotee of Baba. Veerabhadra had strong desire for money. Baba blessed him, saying, "The time for good promise is very near." The price of the barren land was increased. The purchaser came forward to buy the land for 1 lakh rupees. He paid 50,000 rupees in cash and agreed to pay the remaining amount in installments. It was decided to pay 2,000 rupees every year. Channabasappa Guruva also decided to get money. He said, "I should get half the interest of my share as Guruva, because whatsoever is offered to Shankar, the Guruva is the first claimant of that." Veerabhadra did not give him anything. There was an argument between Channabasappa and him. Then both of them went to Baba. Baba told them, "Shankar alone is the lord of the land, and it cannot be utilized by anyone else. Do not be entangled by greed." It was Gauri's own money. Baba told both of them to consult Gauri. Veerabhadra did not agree to it. He accused Baba. Veerabhadra also was also angry at his wife. Gauri came to meet Baba. Baba assured her that same night Shankar appeared in her dream and said, "All this money is yours, do not give it to anybody. If Channabasappa asked, only then give it surely for the temple. Without consulting Baba in the masjid, do not make any arrangements." Baba told her, "Keep the capital yourself, give half of the interest to Channabasappa. Veerabhadrappa has no claim on it." Later, there was a quarrel between Veerabhadra and Channabasappa. Baba assured Channabasappa that he would protect him. Later, late on Veerabhadra died of seizure. He was reborn as a snake. Thus, there was a change in physical form. Channabasappa was reborn as a frog. After that, listening to the piteous cry of poor Basappa in the form of a frog who fell into the mouth of Bhadrappa the snake, Baba was moved. Remembering the assurance given in the previous birth, Baba freed Channabasappa from the mouth of the snake and fulfilled his promise. Allah comes running for his devotees. He has sent Baba to protect Basappa, who was present in the form of a frog. This is truly experienced here. Listening to the story of the previous birth of the frog, the wayfarer and Baba both puffed chillum, and Baba commanded the wayfarer to return to his house. Thus, enjoying Baba's company, the wayfarer was extremely happy. Om Shri Sai Nathaya Namaha.